The Ghost Riders of Yorktown. In the final days of the American Revolution, when the fields of Yorktown were still scarred by cannon fire, the townsfolk often whispered of a sound that rolled through the night like distant thunder. It was said to be the hooves of ghostly horses, galloping where fallen soldiers once lay. Years later, a boy named Nathan lived on a farm just outside Yorktown. He loved history and often wandered the old battlefield with his lantern, searching for musket balls and buttons left behind. One autumn night, as a mist crept low across the ground, Nathan heard it, the faint drumming of hooves. At first, he thought it was a farmer's horse, but when he raised his lantern, he saw them. Riders dressed in faded blue coats, their faces pale as moonlight. They rode in perfect silence except for the echo of their hooves, and their eyes glowed like embers in the fog. Nathan froze, clutching his lantern. One of the riders turned toward him, lifted a hand, and pointed toward a nearby hill. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, the riders vanished into the mist. The next morning, Nathan climbed that very hill. Beneath an old oak tree, he found a rusted sword and a leather satchel half buried in the soil. Inside the satchel was a letter, never delivered, written by a young soldier to his family, telling them he was safe and dreaming of coming home. Nathan carefully delivered the letter to the town historian, who saw it was addressed to a family whose descendants still lived nearby. When they received it, they wept with gratitude, as though a voice had spoken across centuries. From that night on, Nathan never feared the Ghost Riders again. For he understood they weren't haunting the battlefield, they were guarding it, waiting for someone to carry their last words home. And still, on foggy nights in Yorktown, people say the riders can be heard, thundering through the mist, keeping watch over the path.